Hello and welcome to India Today. I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
And this is Maruthi Acharya, and today we are here with the review of the much awaited Toxics trailer. The trailer released on Saturday evening.
Yes.
The reaction video we did attend the event, the reaction videos on our other channel, which is India Today So South. All the promotional material that released till now felt more like a prep for the themes of the film. But the trailer is what actually felt like the story reveal or the content reveal, because of which we thought we will do a detailed breakdown video as to what are our thoughts about what works in the film, what doesn't work with the trailer, what are our expectations, what are the details that were revealed in the trailer.
Apart from that too, we did go back to watch all of the older promotional content as well, and there are some connections between the visuals we saw there and the trailer. At that point it did seem like all these are fluff material. It's about the style, it's about all of those things, but when you correlate it with the trailer, there are some sequences which seem like an extension of what is going on. So now if we watch the teaser, we can put together some sense into what is happening.
Now let's quickly get to the review. First, what worked for you in the trailer?
For me, the highlight of the trailer was the action sequences. And when I say action, they didn't really show a lot of extended choreography, but they showed us some glimpses. In the teaser itself, we had all the slasher action where he's just cutting down people's hands and whatever. We saw a little bit of that in the ladies and ladies teaser as well. Here, for me, what excited is we got a lot more of tickets action.
Okay.
And tickets action is a lot more agile. It's not just, like Raya, just cruising through the 100 people, whoever is coming. It's a lot more agile. It's a lot more, combat heavy. It's not all just guns blazing everywhere, different kinds of gun.
He also seems like a trained assassin.
Yeah. Luger. The body and all of that. Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense. Plus, you can see a little bit of mania as well. The dialogue in the trailer by Kiara Advani's Nadia, chaos meets chaos.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense here. We just got a small glimpse of what Ticket is in the teaser, but here you can actually see what this other side of Yash's character is made of. The first 5, 6, 7, 8 times that we watched at full speed, my mind just straight up went to the really nicely choreographed agility of the character. But then in the background, it added more layer. It is Raya attacking Ticket over there as well.
Could be their first confrontation.
Yes. So all of those things made it more exciting.
So when it was announced itself that Yash is going to collaborate with Geetu Mohandas, yes, Lias Dice, Move On, I did watch all of that, and this feels extremely different in comparison to what she has done before, but still, like one grain is enough for you to gauge. So Muthan is the best example why I was very excited about the film, like how this madness can unravel in that aspect. And with this trailer especially, I think though visually when you're watching it, it is Raya, it is Ticket, it is Yash who is taking the attention, but I think behind the idea of how the excitement is being created, I think the credit there goes to Geetu Mohandas. Going all out aspect from the start. Yes, it is being criticized a lot of people are calling it crass or cringe. Like there are multiple names that are being associated with it, which again I see
low
merit.
budget animal.
Yeah, exactly. I see the point what people are trying to make, but
About the low budget, I don't see though. Animal, I see.
I feel like she's aiming for something which we haven't experienced before. Within the things that we have already seen or we celebrate, whether it is action, whether it is lust, love, emotion, betrayal, heartbreak, father versus son bond. So all the things that a typical commercial cinema would tap on, Geetu Mohandas might have picked them, but she's presenting it with her own take in it.
Yeah, the exterior seems like style, but the interior with all the psychological drama that is being showcased here, it makes it more interesting because the layers are there. After the trailer, especially when you break it down, point by point and go beyond Yash standing there naked, because I feel like that is the one sequence that has just taken over the internet, while everywhere else people aren't really talking about the many other things that the 4-minute trailer has shown. I also was really impressed by the collaboration that Yash chose to make after the mammoth success of KGF. Who would have expected that?
Yeah.
I'm sure he can get any director, but he chose Geetu Mohandas, and not to take away any credit of her as a filmmaker, but the spectacle that Yash gave and the kind of cinema, the quality of cinema that Geetu has given, it seemed like two worlds were just coming together.
For example, if I am Geetu Mohandas with this script, for me to present it in its full potential, I need somebody who has that commercial value. Tickets. Yeah, exactly.
So make sense of the numbers that are required to make the film.
Exactly. So very rarely stars pick risky subjects like this. Like, not just on paper. Look at the criticism that the movie is facing. Ever since his first promotional material drop, that itself shows that this is a very bold step to pick. And I really appreciate Yash for collaborating irrespective of how the outcome would be. Again, that lot of other variables are involved regarding the outcome, but for an actor at his prime to give 4 to 5 years of his career for an experimental, bold subject with a unconventional filmmaker in this genre is a big step, so that definitely deserves mention. Let us be honest, KGF is not the acting role. It is about swag, it is about the presence, it is about the aura. The subject matter never had potential for Yash to show his acting chops. I am not disregarding KGF. The material itself just thrives on swagger and presentation, not the acting. But not a lot of people know that Yash comes from a theatre background. There is a reason why Karnataka or Kannada audience love him so much. He's a really good actor. If you go back and watch his, not just rom-coms, there are intense performances also in his filmography. So when Sanjay in one of the previous videos when we were talking about it, and he was very excited when he saw a glimpse of Ticket, and he was like, finally Yash is gonna act again in his full potential.
And we can see his acting fully without the beard.
Exactly. I didn't see that coming, but yeah, that is also there. So it took some time for me to understand, okay, because the mainstream cinema of Yash is, at least after Pan India, is something where it is either rom-coms like Acharya or Googly or KGF series, right? So he's much beyond that, and this trailer exactly solidifies that. I will segue into the technicalities also. I'm just mind blown with the transformation of Raya to Ticket. Within Raya only there are multiple layers, and then like for a while when we were watching trailer, we were discussing, bro, this is CG or de-aging. They might have, because think about it, he's in the same frame with full beard, bulky body, and exactly fighting himself, who's much leaner, clean shaved. So none of those scenes look jarring, especially in terms of VFX. So that also definitely deserves special mention. I really want this film to work, man.
Yes, the next exciting thing is Yash as a performer. We are not just seeing him as a superstar. We are not just seeing him as this aura farmer.
Yeah.
He's there and he is performing.
Aura farmer.
Yeah. He especially that whole sequence when he is Ticket and in the jungle talking about how what has peace done. If peace was all about it, then why would there be so many wars? All of those dialogues, it felt really good. You could see the mania in his eyes. While there is a calmness to the chaos that Raya brings, there is Joker kind of chaos that Ticket is bringing. And
exactly.
That was really nice to see Yash, performing like that. We've seen, it's been almost a decade now since, KGF started. 2018 it released, but it started when in 2016.
Yeah.
So since then we've seen Yash in a particular way, and even all of the teasers that has come was just reaffirming Yash's aura and Yash's screen presence. But here finally we got to see him do something different, be a little wacky. Pushpa and Allu Arjun got the national award for that performance. I think if this is the consistency of the performance through the film, Yash also could get it.
Yeah, definitely. Again, we'll have to wait for the film to release for me to say. The reason why KGF works the way it works with the mass, where a lot of better commercial films also didn't work, is because that is the beauty of writing. There is philosophy in the story, and if there is philosophy to your lead character, right, it gets a different elevation altogether. Whether it is that scene, right, bun scene from KGF, or the kind of dialogues that Rocky Bhai is saying, there's a lot of philosophy behind it. It strengthens the understanding of audience towards the character. Okay, this is how he is. Okay, this is where he's coming from. Even Joker's climax really works because Thomas Wayne, I'm also there. People just walk over. That monologue really hits you because that shows you the inner side of a character. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about how the trailer kind of shows, or the promotional material shows, Raya is much beyond the beard, the looks, the gunfighting.
And if you look at the various things that is dropped, you can see multiple versions of Raya there. All of these ladies are crazy over getting my love, but my love has always been undefined and it is as open as the sky. So what is this guy? Who is this guy? We see so many variations of Yash in this trailer itself.
Yeah.
Where he's, you know, he's going crazy, he's in his mania, he's in the animal avatar, but also at the start he's also this guy who's with his sister, who has an aim, who wants to achieve something. There are so many versions, and then to get a ticket was
exactly
like Sone Pe Suhaga.
If you watch the trailer slowly, you can see the inception point. What is the tipping point? How Nayanthara becomes the anchor, how their journey started. Potentially, this is our analysis, where stealing from the coffins, and that's when the struggle that they go through is what makes them come to a conclusion that, you know, let's rule the world. You know, it is in a way typical of how these negative characters are designed, the grey characters are designed. But beyond that also, there is a lot of psychological storytelling that is happening, is what I'm assuming. Though my theories are so wild that if I expect all of them and go, and if that is not delivered, I might be disappointed. So I'm keeping that. But the young child with that Joker makeup, that reference, right? I think from the introduction shot, there's a lot of psychological imagination of Raya that is happening with that character. You can see the symbolism there, you know, he's cutting tickets for Nadia, his son, and then, you know, that is how he becomes ticket. And if you look at the shot just before ticket's entry, ticket circus show, that is also shown. So you can clearly see, in a way, Geetu Mohandas pretty much revealed the plot. To a large extent, you can understand what the world is, what the characters are, what the conflict is going to be. And the climax battle, a lot of people are thinking about how from Goa to Himalayas, how is this happening? Like,
is it Himalayas? Is it Russia? What is going on? We
yeah,
understand.
exactly. But there are these glimpses about China, Chinese mafia, meeting with them, and then there is a procession. So that's what. Maybe it could be China, or it could be border, where there is some big consignment coming and ticket is trying to stopping. A lot of these kind of details were also revealed in the trailer. So it created a lot of curiosity as to what is the level. But skepticism is also there, which we'll get to that also. Though Nayanthara, the fallout, how is that fallout gonna happen? That is something that I'm excited about. And Kiara, man, I'm telling you, she's going to ruin Raya. Watch the film and come back to this video. I have a very strong feeling. तबाही तो होने वाला है Kiara character की वजह से. And bro, if you really think of this,
I feel like even because of Tara, it is going.
Yeah, Tara also, you know, maybe Tara उतना strong नहीं लग रहा है.
I think they will all somehow end up being, you know, setting out to get Raya or something like that. Every time one of these female cast members speak, or every time Geetu speaks, it has been totally opposite. They have always defended this film. And
look at the people who are associated. It's not Nayanthara, Huma Qureshi. These are not the people who, you know, okay, it's a flower pot role, I will take it up. They are very strong, opinionated people, and especially with a film with this magnitude, if they are choosing it, I'm sure, and if they are so confidently talking about it and how this is going to be, I think that deserves a reflection of its own.
Nayanthara showed up for a promotional event.
Yeah, before getting into the next part that I wanted to talk about, one thing that I really liked from that event is how Yash spoke about Kiara Advani, and it's like, log bolenge, zyada ye serious mat lo, don't take it to your heart, you've done an amazing. So the way he spoke, I really liked it.
Leading from there, I also feel like the reason for his, you know,
downfall,
going crazy, is Melissa, played by Rukmini Vasanth. If after watching the trailer we went back to the teaser and we saw this really interesting bit. The teaser starting, you spotted this. The teaser starting just goes into this mansion, right? At that point you were like, okay, skip, next, fast, when is Yash coming? But when you look at it, it seemed like it is a wedding or an engagement that is happening.
Exactly.
And in this teaser trailer, we see Rukmini saying, "I am his permanent."
Yeah.
Which none of the other characters have said until this point. Nobody else.
Yeah, not even Raya.
We know that Nayanthara is the sister, so she is out of the equation. We know that Huma Qureshi is on the opposing side.
Opposing side.
So she is out of the question. But with Tara and Kiara, we've seen them going crazy in love or in, affection or in, just obsession. But with Rukmini, when she said, I'm his permanent to I'm his regular, it just felt different. It could be a business deal which has to keep them together. It could be many things, or it could be love too.
She's the one who will bring him down.
I was hoping to keep this civilized, and all of these lines didn't really hint at a romantic partnership.
Yeah.
But a partnership either way. I'm his permanent says partnership. And the teaser was a wedding, and it was a huge mansion. So it was after Raya has grown in stature.
Exactly.
So all these things, I feel like there is this one shot in the trailer where Raya is very desperately trying to drink something out of the ground, and there, while some might think it is alcohol, I really feel like it is some medicine, some drug, which eventually, might make him go crazy.
Definitely, considering all the other promotional material, trailer is the best promotional material that released.
Yeah.
If you take my personal bias towards Tabahi aside, objectively, now talking about the things that I'm skeptical about.
For me, let's start with the promotions itself. Again, this huge mega event was, supposed to bring a lot more eyeballs along with the trailer. This is not just for Toxic in particular, but the many events that we see. I do not get the point of all the thank yous being said as your speech at one of these events if you're looking at this as a promotional event.
That too before the release of the film.
How are you promoting the film here if you're talking about thank you? How? Maybe talk about the trailer or in that one. Something like
something.
that.
Yash could have spoken about the Raya to ticket transformation. Kiara Advani could have spoken about the psychological aspect of her character and how she could, without revealing, there are a lot of ways where you create curiosity, a little more prep about, because largely most of the actors, most of the big stars are not giving any interviews. At least the meaningful ones. These are all these promotional activities that are happening.
Talking about the trailer rather than everything else. Yes, I get it's an emotional moment, and Yash did take some time to address it that, it is getting late, but I have to thank all of them. Is that okay with all of you guys? We appreciate the acknowledgement, but I'm just questioning the motive. If it's a promotional event, how is this, being promoted? Because technically speaking, if you much rather write a very meaningful note and post it on your social media, that has a much higher chance being converted into a talking point on a video or a report. What is the point? More promotional material, more promotional strategies can be thought about instead of spend so much money all for a thank you note.
Yeah, also on a side note, but a very important one, we wanted to do a special video on this, which we will one day, with bringing a larger conversation with stakeholders, etc. But for now, I am a little disappointed with how Indian cinema in general, pan-India, everybody is promoting, all of that is happening. But how Karnataka is being neglected a lot when it comes to promotions or Kannada cinema or the films outside. Think about it. Even Brand New Day, look at the kind of reception it is getting in Karnataka. You have celebration. Just check out our channel for you to know. There is a Tamil cinema celebration show, there is a Malayalam cinema celebration show, there is a Telugu cinema celebration show, Jawan celebration show. So Kannada audience watch all kinds of film across India. They celebrate it, they embrace it. But when it comes to promoting films or actors visiting or interacting, it is just either some set of media. Again, we are also part of it. We also get to interact, all of that is there. But I really feel like the audience, the common audience who are not able to interact, they're being taken for granted. I will talk about this in another video, but any maker, any PR, anybody who's looking at it from any other languages, I see a lot of Kerala tours, Tamil Nadu tours happening, cross tours happening, but when it comes to Karnataka, because these are the audience who really celebrate, are they being taken for granted? Because, wo log dekhenge. I think that shouldn't be the case. Yeah. What are your thoughts? Mention that in the comment section below.
Getting back to Toxic. My biggest skepticism in this film is that in an attempt to go big, are they going all over the place and will it all come to a nice conclusion? Why? With the example, the fight scene, the mega fight scene, which seems like the big final fight, is in the snow-capped mountains. A lot of things. There's airplanes flying around. There's troops dropping and all of that. If there's so much that the army potentially Russian army is
or
what
Chinese
I'm guessing.
Army, yeah.
Whatever it might be, if armies are getting involved and it is just to fight one Raya, and that too while he's already fighting Ticket as well.
Yeah.
That is going Fast and Furious 9 level of overboard. Okay, that is my fear, whether in an attempt to end with a spectacle, if they let go of substance.
Adding on to what he said, I 100% believe, and that's my biggest skepticism point for Toxic. Substance should always, drive style. This is the biggest problem that I see in a lot of movies right now. That it is most of the time style. Okay, this idea, this cut, this presentation, this transition, this cinematography. Like especially DC in recent times is the best example, because Arun Matheswaran has been criticized from his first film for how his style really supersedes substance. But when you see DC, there is style, but it is going hand in hand with substance. And in the climax also, it is not this spectacle blast. Whatever is the script demanded, whatever is the scene demanding, that is how it should be. And in the trailer reaction video also I mentioned, if not, it will become Kabali. What is your story? What are you trying to tell?
The scale to which they take the story warrants that kind of action sequence. But if not, it could be going a little overboard, quite a lot actually.
Yeah.
Along with that, the visuals, again, credit where credit is due. Toxic was hauled for the visual that it didn't present well when the teaser released, but I feel like they've done a really good job with the trailer, and you can see the development here as well.
Yeah.
You can see that they've put in a lot of efforts into making this film a visual spectacle, and I feel like that is what it is going to be when we watch it on August 26th. There are these moments where it seems a little underwhelming as well. But the biggest thing that needs to happen is that it needs to work with whatever story is going on in the film. That is where his whole Kabali example is coming from, where the presentation was such a high scale, but the story was so rooted. Yeah. Was there a necessity to stylize Kabali so much if he is playing this character who's, in his emotional turmoil and all of that? Your emotion and your story doesn't connect to the spectacle that you're trying to build. Now, Geetu Mohandas, along with Rajiv Menon and the rest of the crew, has given beautiful frames in the film. If you pause some of the frames, it is just absolutely beautiful. Same time, the CGI in so many of these action sequences, the slashers, it is so nicely done. The rendering is good. It's so convincing.
That last shot when the camera is rotating and Raya and Ticket are... Bro, that's a really technically
technicality shot of cinematography.
Yeah, editing, cinematography, beautiful.
So all of these things are there. It's just about all of them coming together. And if that happens, it's going to be a blast at the theaters. But if it doesn't, that is where one should be scared.
Overall, these are our talks. It went a little lengthy, but we wanted to share our excitement, skepticism points, so that we are all on one page. Hopefully, what are your thoughts about the trailer? Mention that in the comments below. Like I said, do check the trailer reaction video, which is on our other channel, which is India Today, So South.
Antama, sartha aitala?
Yash helilla anta neen helbitide. With that, this is Maruthi, Acharya.
I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
And you're watching India Today.